Well, so many of the North Bay fire victims continue to struggle, not just recovering from the devastation, but also struggling with their insurance claims.
Our consumer investigator Chris Chmura has been trying to get some answers from their insurance company, specifically State Farm. Tonight we have an important option that could help them and maybe even the rest of us. Chris.
Yeah, really. I think this applies to just about everyone. The root of the dispute here is simple, really. Homeowners bought insurance thinking if they lost 100%, they'd get paid 100%. But that's not happening. And so an emotional fight is still raging in the North Bay.
The fire's coming fast, so
it's very, very difficult.
Relentless flames spared nothing in Raul De Leon's home.
We're actually standing in what used to be my kitchen.
Everything's gone. But now, to get fully reimbursed by his homeowner's policy, State Farm is requiring a list of his home's contents.
Every fork, every knife, every spoon.
Raul could settle for an upfront payout, reduced 25%, but he refuses to be lowballed.
It's obvious that we lost 100% of everything. They should be paying us 100%.
Raul is not alone. Early one Saturday, we arranged to informally meet a few fire victims inside a church. 130 people showed up.
Please raise your hand if you lost everything.
Victims complained that State Farm is dragging its feet, and they feel shortchanged.
I paid my premiums on 100%, and State Farm ought to pay me 100% of my content without inventory.
Many told us they feel helpless, but not Raul. He found he could challenge State Farm by hiring what the insurance world calls a public adjuster.
Up until that time, I had no idea what a public adjuster was.
Every major claim needs a public adjuster.
Gordon Scott is a public insurance adjuster with 44 years and countless disasters like the North Bay fires under his belt.
It's not too late for them to get help.
Scott says public adjusters decipher insurance jargon, counter unsatisfactory offers, and convince insurance companies to pay as close to 100% as possible.
If you don't have your own representative, you're at a disadvantage. If you don't do it every day, just like the adjuster from the insurance company does, then you're at a disadvantage in dealing with that adjuster.
Scott says his industry exists solely because insurance companies bank on overpromising in ads and under-delivering after disasters.
And candidly, I kind of call the whole process the big lie.
Public adjusters aren't a public service, they're a business. Scott says hiring one will cost you about 10% of the claim, but he contends the negotiations usually increase the payout far more than 10%.
Well, sometimes we make hundreds of percent difference, thousands of percent difference from what the insurance companies offers.
I definitely think they're worth the money.
Raul is relieved an expert is helping him fight State Farm, but he remains frustrated.
We're going to keep battling.
Raul wants the state to address the wide gap between touchy-feely insurance advertising and their iron-fisted claims processes. He fears inaction now, after the fires devastated so many, will send the wrong message to insurance companies about their nitpickiness.
And they'll continue to do that and try to wear down the consumer until the consumer just gives up.
Should that change?
Absolutely, that should change.
We have extended several invitations to State Farm to answer our questions on camera, and it has declined. Today, though, a spokesman sent a statement that says there has been no change in our position. State Farm is committed to helping our customers recover from the tragic wildfires. It goes on to say the insurance contract provides coverage for items a customer actually lost, up to the policy limits.
That's the key phrase.
Right. A few final notes about public adjusters here. Several might swarm you after a disaster. Make sure there aren't any imposters in the group. Check their state license. Yes, they are licensed. Demand references from actual people and ask lots of questions. There's a lot of money at stake, probably a contract. So if you have to, even bring in a lawyer.
Wow.
Interesting. We were as the story was playing out, we had no idea. So it was very good information.
Yeah, this is something you don't think about until it happens. After it happens, this is something to store in the back of the mind. For real. Yeah.
A good tip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. If you have a consumer complaint for Chris, give him and his team a call. Here's the numbers and information: 1-888-996-TIPS, or you can simply visit NBCBayArea.com/respond.